Hello and welcome to what might be the final episode of the Super Swiss. We have as much money as we're ever going to get, we have a ton of troops, and we have our claim on Constantinople. This is our attempt to defeat the Mongol Empire. We're punching very much above our weight in terms of, size of our nation, but it's kind of the last challenge for us. If we can beat them, we are in a state where pretty much nobody else on the map could even contest, right? If someone who holds this much land can't beat us, then, what chance does everyone else have? So, it's the Mongol Empire, it's us, we're declaring a war, we're going right for it. Let's go. So, if we win, we get the contested title. Now, it says we have one ally, which we do, but that's not really the case. We have many allies, as you'll see once we declare the war. So, I should be able to call in our house members. Am I not the Dynasty head? Am I really not the Dynasty head? I actually thought we were. No, the Dynasty head is us. Should we not be able to call in Dynasty members as well? Oh, you know what? I probably don't have enough renown. We'd probably be able to call them in next month. Actually, look at that. We're about to hit Fable as well. Okay, cool. Anyway, unrelated things that we don't need to care about. Right. We're going to call in this person to war. Why not? That seems like a good idea. House members. I want to call you to war. You don't really have that many troops, but, we'll call you in anyway. And we're going to call in Valencia, because they do actually have a reasonable number of troops. They are in their own little wars, but, not our problem, basically. They can join when they're done. Right. Next step. We need a lot of troops. So, we're going to raise our army probably in the south, because I suspect that the easiest way to get to Constantinople is by boat. I mean, that should be unsurprising given where we are and where it is. So, raise them in the south, and then we're going to go into our Actually, we can use holy orders, right? Yeah, because these guys are not Christian. That is correct. Oh ho! So we can actually use our holy orders as well as our mercenaries. Well, let's grab some. I'm missing I need piety to hire them. Alright, we can hire mercenaries. Never mind, I was all excited, but we can hire the mercenaries. There's something we can do. We're going to hire a bunch of these. Now, did we already hire a bunch of these not so long ago? Potentially, yeah, potentially we hired a bunch of these not so long ago, but hey, we can hire them again. See, they had 52,000 troops on the other side. Let's go with 50,000. That'll do for us. Our troops are also better, I would imagine. I'm going to raise them all. One big pile. These guys are joining us. Let's merge up. Let's have a look. So they have 71,000 now. Wait, how do they have 71,000? Their allies must be providing the rest of that, I guess. Yeah, because it definitely doesn't look like they have 71,000. Oh yeah, how do you have 71,000 soldiers here? But if we look here, you have 59,000. One of these is incorrect. I don't know. Maybe the special soldiers are counted weirdly. Anyway. You, siege leader, are going to take us over to Constantinople. Let's go. Some people are joining our side. So actually, we have significantly less troops. We're about 10,000 less. But we should be able to manage. Let's go. Get on the boats. Cost us 500 to get on the boats. Hunfrid's charm. My steward Hunfrid and I are ambling through the gardens, laughing raucously at a rhyme he overheard a servant tell when Mayor Omri crosses our path. My lady, there is something I wish to discuss if you have a moment. We can get a welcome distraction to lower stress. Join us. You've got to hear this one. Humford could win him over. Okay. Or we could get toilet humor. Okay. Oh no, this is Hunford getting the buffs. So this is probably the one we want. Or very well, what is it? No, we'll do this one. That's fine. Yeah, doesn't give us any negative. As the echoes of Hunford's last sound effects dissipate into the bird song, Mayor Omri's mine is as serious as ever. Slowly, from the corner of his mouth, the hint of a smile appears, spreading into a wide grin, and at last parting to release a booming laugh. That's the funniest. Oh, I had you all wrong, Hunford. Let's grab victuals, or vitless. Okay, sure. That's fine. Right. Back to the war, the main thing that we're doing. There you go. We just didn't have enough renown to call people in, so this didn't pop up. I believe it's already sorted in strength order. I might be wrong here. I am wrong here. Okay. So maybe it's maybe the bottom people have more strength. That does appear to be the case, potentially. Oh no, it's just completely random. Okay. Well, I'm going to call in you for 75 renown. This seems like a good one. 12,000 from Burgundy. Let's go. Our foes shall learn to fear the men of Burgundy. Fantastic. Right, and then next month we can call more in. Spouse, investment inquiry. With Prince Othon's diligent administration of my household finances, there is more gold at the end of the season than expected. How should we best put this to how should we put this to best use, wife? I mean, I quite like the money. Thank you. We're kind of in the middle of a war. Don't know if you noticed. Let's land. So we're on the war goal. It's going to take us 8 months to siege Constantinople, which isn't really that bad. It usually takes you quite a long time to siege it because it starts with high fort level. Currently at 19. Yeah, because it gets this Theodosian Walls bonus, which is just a straight +5 to the fort level, which, you know, fairly good. Call in more dynasty members now. Let's see who we've got. Just going to look for people who sound like Corinthia, maybe? They have a lot of people under them. You know, Thuringia has 6,700. We'll call in Thuringia. Right. We're just going to leave our doom stack here to siege as well. If we can afford... If we can assault, we probably should, right? 14 days. So this is saying that it will cause us 14,000 troops to... like, damage. But it will shorten it by 6 months. Yeah, do it. So we take the hit, but it's going to be good overall. Huntford's rewards. Another interminable council meeting trundles on until my ears are suddenly pricked up by my steward Huntford's winsome tones. Urgent business, my lady. Switzerland is in dire need of a capable personal champion. Someone to properly represent your royal majesty in affairs of honor. A task Sicily has quite failed. No, I think we're quite happy to just leave our current person doing this job. Yeah, this is fine. I lose disgruntled vassals, apparently. Yeah, sure, whatever. Right, we've taken it. Now we can move on to the next siege. Once we siege a couple of these, we can then spread out and start, you know, reinforcing. But we're not quite there yet. Also, do you think they've raised an army yet? I don't see one. Figure out what we need to siege here. Oh, it must be that one on the hill. Well, let's grab that one. And then actually we have a lot of individual bits that we can spread out on. Our level of splendor just went up. And we can call in more dynasty members. Corinthia. Lusatia. Lusatia seems good. Yeah, that's another 5,000. We'll call them in. Artifacts of low durability. Obviously, I mean, they'll just pay to repair them. That's fine. Here we go. Right. Siege. How long is this one going to take? 3 months. It's much more reasonable. Just let that one siege normally. Hey, my wound is healed. We might not die randomly. That's quite nice. What's our health at? We're fine. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like to see that. So we've spread out. So we've done that. So now we can potentially spread out and reinforce and resupply and then start looking at what we're going to attack next. Children of my dynasty. So my player heirs give birth to a granddaughter and a son. Both of which have different traits. Cool. So these can hold like 7,000, 6,000 each. Just checking. Nobody's gone to attack our capital? No? Okay. We actually still have not seen their army, which is kind of funny. How are they doing in their other war? Still have not done anything. I really don't want this to be anticlimactic, but, you know, I'm starting to get the feeling it might be anticlimactic. Okay, let's siege this as well. Then we can spread out a little bit more easily. Right. You formed the Paulabo Coburger hybrid culture. Ah, cool. Let's ransom you for 10 gold. Then we're going to start splitting out here. So, actually, stay where you are. Let's split you again, split you again. These actually need to then be split again. There we go. So now we have all 8 of them, and I can now do this. Oh, let me do this properly. So 1. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. That's why it didn't work the way I wanted it to. You stay there. You go there. You go there. Don't think I have anyone going there yet. You go there. And then here. Does that work? I might have 2 going to the same place. I might have done that incorrectly. No, that worked. Okay, so now they can... Oh, I do have 2 going to the same place. Okay. Whatever. Move 1 to the side. Discovered urbanization, which gives us an extra domain limit. Nice. We can now switch on to something else, such as... Let's see if we want anything here. I don't think we need anything there. We could go for men-at-arms, maybe. Sappers? Yeah, make sieges quicker. That'd be okay. Right. Just spread out. Learning perk. Here we want wash your hands. Lowers the chance of us getting an illness. Good. Still looking for, like, an enemy? Like, any enemy? We can call in more of our dynasty members, I suppose. The King of Bohemia is probably fine. Yeah, 9,000 extra troops. Call him in. Earl of Westmoreland. Probably don't need them. Carinthia? You know what, Carinthia, you can come in as well. Brabant? Yeah, Duke of Brabant. Call you in as well. It's just fun for all the family. Right. There's a bunch more joining us. They have 85,000 troops. Where? I don't know. They're not... Oh, wait. Are they actually fighting up there? Have you actually started... You got 100% war score. Okay. Novgorod has joined them. I see. That's fine. We'll continue resupplying. How many do we have on our side? 99,000 apparently right now. A familial reflection. I remember the day when my daughter, Cecilia, was born. My impressive daughter. Memories like these bring me comfort. No matter what happens, I know that my family is there for me. That House von Habsburg stands strong. A-E-I-O-U, I whisper under my breath. We can lose stress, or I can give her money and we can lose more stress, potentially making her a friend. Let's do that. Sure. Right. Where are we going now? What's our plan? I think we just siege some more and, like, kind of go, well, you've got to come to us, right? That's got to be our plan. We become obese again. Not ideal, that's a lowered health trait. But we have things that counter penalties, so we're kind of okay there. We are winning a battle against this group. Don't think they were actually in the war, but we won a battle against them anyway. Merge up, just for just now. And siege. Nice, we've taken that. Still really waiting for them to send somebody our way. There we go. Won that one. This one. I really want to defeat their army, right? That's part of our thing here. We want to defeat their army. It's our way of showing that we actually won, is to properly defeat them. Just checking. Anyone like... you're a higher level title. We'll call you in next. But yeah. Yeah, it doesn't feel like we won if we just win by sieging. I guess if they don't want to fight us, that's also fine. Okay, 81%. Where do you reckon they are? Where do you reckon that they've sent their troops? They must be walking down this way, right? Can we see a knight maybe somewhere? Cupbearer? Nope, none of them. Brother-in-law? He might be a knight. Nope. Definitely not. I don't know. I don't know. They must be coming down from up there. That's my only answer. I guess we could just not end the war until we have a battle. There's a map that's been drawn of our land. Well, I would be more vigilant. There's not really anything we can do about it, though. You would like to purchase a truce with me. France, 100%. I will accept 300 gold for a truce. This seems fine. Do you think they're going to fight us? Though there's an army down here. I mean, it's not the right army. A superstitious mind. The last time I saw Amir al-Amura Misagens, he was surreptitiously getting rid of my yellow hat because yellow is an unlucky color for the people of my birth. The time before, I had to accompany him on a ridiculously long detour to avoid a sleeping black cat. is unlucky, he said. I don't even want to remember the time he thought he had lost his lucky amulet. However, as I catch him throwing away half my precious salt just because it had been spilled, I feel my patience wearing thin. What if it's all true? Let me show you the error of your ways. Okay, which isn't going to work. Blasphemous beliefs or nonsense. Okay, I don't know. Let's just say nonsense. And get some minored opinion hits. I don't really know what we need to do here. I'm just going to move our troops down, I guess, and just, like... Oh, there's an army. There's an actual army we can fight. Never mind. I found it. My daughter has given birth to a daughter. So this is my daughter giving birth to a Gaith, and she has named them after us. Fantastic. Right, well, an army to fight. Let's do it then. I'm ready. They may have recently disembarked, but that seems okay. We're at 100% war score. We could peace out right now and we would have won. But, would we really have won if we don't defeat them? I don't know if we would. I'm ready. Let's go. I don't care that my allies aren't here yet. So right now, we have less troops than them. But, one thing I want to point out. Look at the troop count, right? But then look at the knights count. We have 41 knights on our side versus 7 on their side. Now, their knights are pretty good. But we do have 41 of ours. That's probably going to help. See if they got anything else. They do lower defender advantage as well on this one, but that's fine. We got more on the way. So this is kind of even. We got 23,000 just about to arrive. If they can arrive just in time, we're good. We need a new marshal because ours died. Alright, well, that's going to be you. That's fine. Seeing if we had anything else we can do there. Nope. Keep fighting. Please join the war. Or this battle, these 23,000. There we go. A huge battle. But, although we're wounded, we lost a lot of troops. We came out ahead. That was a massive battle. Hey, we lost a trait wounded because of our court physician. That's cool. So this would have been the Battle of Constantinople. There we go. So, we had 87,000 soldiers in the battle on our side overall, with 65,000 survivors, 21,000 losses. They had 40,000. 14,000 died. Wait, but then... Oh, it's because it's... Okay, for a sec, for some reason I assumed it would be the same way round. So they had 54,000 to start, they lost 14,000, and they had 40,000 survive. But we won, in theory. Okay, cool. They actually survived a lot better than I thought they would. You can go really far into this if you want to. You can go like all the way into like, how many died in each phase? Like, oh, what happened here? What happened here? But, yeah. Also, what happened to each knight as well. Oh, so you can see how many kills a knight got. I suppose this is kind of useful as well for quantifying like how strong a knight is. Like, this guy's probably not going to do too much. Yeah, with his 1 kill. But, you know, some of them did pretty well. They had some that were killing 300, though, which is kind of their main difference. Look at that. With the 40 prowess, that was making a huge difference. So even though they only had 7, their 7 were really doing pretty well. Okay, then. Well, this was a little easier than I thought it would be, if I'm honest with you. But I think we have won the war. We have defeated the Mongols, and we now hold Byzantium, and we even have enough domain limit to keep it. That's the crazier part. So we have the Hagia Sophia Cathedral as well now. The faith of the holder must consider this a holy site. Oh, so this isn't a holy site for us, so it doesn't do anything. Okay, but we have the Theodosian walls, which, look at that. 300% holding taxes. This is just an OP province overall. But it's ours now, and in theory we could convert it to Swiss, we could do all that sort of stuff, it would then have all of our buffs. It would be pretty insane. But we have it. And with that, I think I might end the series there. Thank you very much for watching. We're going to do a little bit of looking at the map modes, but I want to talk about what's coming next. Some people were asking for a mega campaign and things in the comments. We're not going to do that. And the reason why we're not going to do a mega campaign, if you don't know what mega campaign is, basically it's an idea that you can play a Paradox game through multiple game series. So say you start on Crusader Kings, you would then convert it to Europa Universalis 4. You would then maybe convert that, I was going to say to Victoria 2, but I guess you would convert that to Victoria 3 now if there's a way of doing that. So you would do that. Then from Victoria 3, you would convert it to Hearts of Iron. And then I think there's a Hearts of Iron to Stellaris converter. And you would kind of do it all the way through there. We're not going to do that. Mainly because I am absolutely terrible at EU4. Which kind of makes it a little bit of a problem. Because I haven't played EU4 in a couple of years. And there's been a ton of DLC. And if you don't keep up with the DLC for that game, you just fall right behind. So we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to say, this was a great series, and we're going to move on to something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. Elder Kings comes out. So Elder Kings is the Elder Scrolls Total Conversion mod for a Crusader Kings 2. They're doing a Crusader Kings 3 version, and it comes out on the 11th of the 11th, which means it comes out in about, 4 or 5 days from now, which is huge, and it's going to be a lot of fun to kind of look at and explore, because it was one of the best mods for Crusader Kings 2 when it came out, and they have been working on it a long time. So, that's our plan going forward. But, because this is something that people quite like to do, as it's the end of the series, we're going to have a look around everything, and we're just going to see exactly what we've done. So to start with, what have we done? Well, effectively, we've made Europe a little bit of a mess. Now, although we defeated the Mongol Empire, we didn't really completely destroy them. It's very difficult to destroy an empire without doing a dissolution faction, which is what we did to the Holy Roman Empire. But we've shown that we could beat them in a war fairly easily if it came to it. And in fact, a lot of that is down to the fact that our dynasty is absolutely everywhere. There's so much of our dynasty. There is a dynasty map mode, isn't there? No, there's only a house map mode, which is not too helpful. So you can see the von Habsburgs here, but really what I'd be looking for is the dynasty version of this, but I guess that doesn't exist. Oh, interesting. Did Normandy actually holds England right now, which is kind of cool, because, yes, England is also Welsh. But yeah, a lot of what was allowing us to defeat the Mongol Empire was the fact that our dynasty is everywhere. How big is our dynasty? We currently have 231 living members in our dynasty. And if we go and sort that by rank, you'll see that we've got us, we've got the King of Bohemia, you've got Burgundy, you've got you got a mercenary captain, you got a holy order, and then you got a ton of duchies. Look how many duchies. We've got Outer Jourdain, which I think is that one over there. We also have I thought we had Valencia, but I guess Valencia is now it's now named something else. Okay. Wait, it's now named this, Aragon? Yeah, so you are not of our dynasty? Yeah, okay, so I guess that they lost their land right at the end, but we did have Valencia as well as another person here. And we have a ton of these duchies all over the place. And we then, if we go down to count level, we have Westmoreland, so we have some people in England. You know, really spread out quite far. How many do we have in our house compared to everyone else? So you can do it by houses as well. So by living members. So we have 85 living members of our house. So almost half of the Habsburgs are us, which is pretty cool. Yeah. And then military strength. Yes, by far it is our house, but that's mostly because we have a ton of mercenaries right now. But essentially, it's our house, then it's Bohemia, then it's Burgundy, then it's Thuringia, and all of the ones that we just went through. That's so cool. Another thing that people like doing is going through the dynasty tree. So we'll open it up and we'll see if we can follow this back. Now, it is going to lag. The reason it's going to lag is because we hold because we had quite so many children. So it's going to go, each time we zoom out, it's going to be like, nah, I don't want to do that. So let's find the start. So the start for us was Werner. Yes, so we started on Werner. So already there was like a split off all the way over here for some different houses. We started here. Did he only have 2 children? Yeah, he only had 2 children at that point. So one half went into Prince Otto, which is who we ended up playing as. And the other was Duchess Ida, who went into Empress Wulfhild, who married Magnus Ordulfsson. And then it went into the Austrian line. Of course, this is where the Austrian line started and where the House Cham started here. Well, though they don't have a lot of living members currently. And then your Milcenia? Okay, so that's where you went. And then you went into Lusatia. So actually, this particular line was where a lot of those duchies started. Then, if we go into Otto, you'll see Walter, who we ended up playing as, and then his other son, who was Count Otto's line, and he's the person we took a ton of land from. That goes into this one, which I think is in Poland somewhere, and into this one, which is, it's a new dynasty as well, House Etichonen Arundel. And I was just trying to wonder whether he was landed. Oh no, he's the heir to the duchy. He was the heir to the duchy of Ultra-Jourdain. Oh no, he currently is the heir as well. Okay, actually it's kind of weird. Like, we're only like a couple of generations down and we still have people who are living at this point. So, anyway. Walter. He went down here, so we had Inga's line. Inga went into Westmoreland. Ah, so this is where Westmoreland started. So it went down from her to Earl Matthew, who had married the Countess of Westmoreland, who then, yes, went down into him. Okay, that's kind of cool. You went down into a different dynasty at this point. I think a bastard dynasty. It's kind of cool. Then we had the line that we actually went down, which we'll get to, which was Hartwig. On this side, we have Walter von Habsburg. That goes down into Baron Geoffrey of Fossigny. Okay. So a different line there again. Then Count Walter of Worms. Okay, so yet another dynasty created there. Then we have another Otto. That one is where the Brabant line started. And yet another dynasty. And yes, and then that's where that all kind of went. Oh, and there's the Knights Templar starting there as well. Or like starting to be, I'm guessing that's where the people who were in charge of holy orders kind of started over there. Right. So Hartwig there, then went down into Emperor Walter, into Beatrix. Beatrix just doesn't seem to have gone anywhere in particular. And over to King Carlman. So that's King Carlman of Bohemia. So that's where the Bohemian line started. And yet another house, House Wolfach. There. So then we get into our emperor lines. So Emperor Walter, Emperor Hartwig as a son. And then Benedicta, again, doesn't really go anywhere. Wait, is this a loop? Yes, this is a loop. So you are matched over here as well. So there must have been some intermarrying at that point to get it to go over again. We have Edzo. We have Elodie. And that's where Count Ludwig, who is still alive, was there. So he holds the county of Torda. And then nothing else really from this side. Although you are a Duchess. Duchess because you're married to the Duke of Luxembourg. Although you're also extremely tall. We did have Giant in our line at one point. It just didn't really go anywhere. I guess that's the remnants of it as well. Right. So, Emperor Hartwig was the last emperor that we had. And then it's us. Our brother, who did hold Zurich temporarily before we took it from him. And then nobody else really had any land on this one, because we haven't given any out or done any of that. And then we have us as Agaith, and then our children. All of which haven't really got any land, because we still live. Cool. Right, we'll have a look at the other map modes here as well. So, next map mode, faiths. Mostly the Catholic faith, although Tengri has a lot more power than it usually does, I think. Mainly because Tengri controls pretty much most of the map. So we didn't make a big change on this one. A lot of it's the same. And it's actually kind of interesting to see Iberia has stayed mostly the same as well. given that they have the new struggle stuff. It's interesting to see what the DLC actually does there. Doesn't seem to do anything, so that's okay. Don't know why I looked in there like, oh, maybe there's something for us to do as I'm doing a wrap up. Cultures, Swiss, very, very secure culture in there. A lot of it should be mostly the same as well. Yeah, it's all going to be mostly the same. Culture doesn't tend to switch very quickly. Although we do have Saxo Czech here, which kind of, yeah, it seems to solidly exist. And they control all their land. Welsh is kind of interesting because Welsh, of course, controls the English throne right now. But yeah, not too much else in there. What have we got? Houses. We briefly looked at this. There's not really a lot to look at because houses is kind of difficult to judge in terms of where everything is because everyone's creating their own like spin-off houses. Or so, you know, it's like, yeah, the von Habsburgs are here, but actually our dynasty is also there. Our dynasty is here. You get the idea. It's like all over the place. So nothing too much there. Governments is not interesting because there's only like a very few number of government types in the game. I imagine this might be more interesting in later expansions once they... I'm assuming there'll be like a Republic thing, same as there was for Crusader Kings II maybe at some point, and then that'll start to spread out. Anyway. Development. This one's kind of interesting because usually development looks like this. You know, a lot around Constantinople, a lot around Rome. Actually, you can see here, Bern is actually sitting up here at like 42. Rome is at 42. Constantinople is at 51. So Bern is kind of like the second most developed province on the map, along with... oh no, there's 43 here as well, actually. That's surprising. Anyway, but yeah, it's right up there with the top developed provinces on the map. Actually, I suppose over here I never really look at. Yeah, it's still more than over here, but, you know, not by as much as you would think. They seem to have a higher amount in India. India kind of gets left alone on the map very often. Like, even here, like, completely ignored. Yeah, it would be nice if they could do something to make it more integrated, but I guess it's kind of hard to make it more integrated because in real life, I imagine it wasn't quite as integrated, you know. It's not like France and Switzerland interacting. Like, there probably wasn't a ton of Swiss and, you know, Indian interaction. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a huge and storied history there, but I don't think there is. Anyway. Right. That's cool. So our development improvements did actually matter. Court languages doesn't really matter, but it's kind of something to look at. High German was what we had, plus this little corner. France kind of kept their one. What's this language? None. Oh, so there's just no court language for all of this. Oh. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I guess that means that there's just no court. Oh, because this is probably all usually underneath the Holy Roman Empire, but I guess these guys just, yeah, they don't have royal courts because they're all dukes. Yeah, okay. That's what's up with that. And then, yeah, these never actually change because these are, you know, just here are all the counties on the map. Cool. Well, thank you very, very much for watching, and thank you for everybody's support throughout the series. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope to see you for the next series, which will be out whenever Elder Kings is out. Elder Kings should be out on the 11th of the 11th, which probably means that the first video will be the 12th of the 11th, but, you know, we'll work things out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!